Welcome to Nightfall Story Lounge, your nightly escape into romance, mystery, comedy, and sweet dreams.
I had the sudden, overwhelming urge to carry her over the threshold. It surprised me, not because I'm sentimental, but because I usually don't think much about tradition. Still, this felt different. This wasn't just a house anymore. This was our matrimonial home. And something about that made me want to mark the moment, to anchor it in memory. I'd made the decision long before the Uber pulled into the driveway, our driveway. The responsibility of the place felt lighter now. It wasn't just on me to make it a home anymore. I wasn't carrying the weight alone. I had a partner. I thanked and tipped the driver, then unloaded our bags with his help while Chem stood to the side, watching me with that calm, observant expression she had when she was taking something in. I grabbed her hand, luggage trailing behind us, and walked her up to the door. I unlocked it, then paused.
Wait here.
I told her. She raised an eyebrow but stayed put as I carried the bags inside and set them down. When I came back out, she didn't have time to ask questions. I lifted her into my arms without warning. She gasped, then laughed, surprised and delighted all at once. I smiled, holding her close as I crossed the threshold.
Welcome home.
I set her down in the living room and gave her space to look around, to absorb it, to mentally settle into the idea that this place was hers now too. It was still early morning, and I remembered she was off today. There was no rush. She deserved time to land. I guided her toward the bedroom with the bags. Not the master, the guest room I'd been using lately. The master still felt like too much, still held too many echoes.
Let's get you settled here for now.
I said gently.
We'll need some good sleep before we even think about unpacking.
I am sleepy,
She admitted.
but can I unpack a few things first?
I nodded and showed her the ensuite bathroom and the empty drawers she could use for now. Watching her place her toiletries in the bathroom, fold a few clothes into drawers, it felt small, ordinary, and somehow monumental all at once. We changed into pajamas, pulled the blackout curtains tight, and let the world disappear. When I climbed into bed, I pulled her down beside me, tucking her hair back, kissing her forehead. My body finally relaxed once my mind and heart registered that she was settled. I slept better than I had in months. When I woke, something felt off. The room was still dark, the lights off, but the warmth beside me was gone. I sat up slowly, scanning the shadows, half expecting to spot her shape moving quietly. Nothing. Questions hit me all at once. How long did we sleep? What time is it? Where did she go? I checked the ensuite bathroom. Empty. As I turned the corner to leave the room, a smell stopped me in my tracks. I inhaled deeply. Whatever it was, it smelled incredible. My stomach growled in agreement, and suddenly I knew exactly where she was. I followed the scent into the kitchen and found her there, still in her pajamas, moving with ease, like she'd been cooking in this space for years. I froze watching her. This was becoming one of my favorite things. She never turned around, but she sensed me.
Did you sleep well?
She asked.
Yes.
I answered.
I figured you'd be hungry when you woke up,
She said.
so I threw a little something together.
I stepped into the kitchen.
It smells amazing. Can I set the table?
Yes, please.
She pulled dishes from the oven and began plating. Baked chicken, mac and cheese, green beans, yellow rice, rolls. I stared when she set my plate down. It was nearly 5 o'clock and I was starving. But this?
You call this a little something?
I laughed.
This looks and smells incredible. Thank you.
She smiled, grabbed water from the fridge and sat across from me. I reached for her hand, and once she placed it in mine, I prayed over the meal. The first bite nearly took me out. I hadn't realized how much I missed homemade food, how much I missed care. I let out a low sound of appreciation before I could stop myself. She laughed softly.
That good?
It's amazing.
I said honestly.
You cook like this all the time?
Not all the time,
she said.
but I enjoy it.
We talked through dinner, about the house, about what I'd been struggling with.
There are traces of Aunt Margot everywhere.
I admitted.
I want to make this our home, but I don't want to erase her either.
We don't have to rush.
She said gently.
We can go room by room, together, and we can check with your family before letting anything go.
She reached for my hand, grounding me.
Thank you.
I said quietly.
Knowing I don't have to do this alone helps more than you know.
Partners for life.
She said.
Partners for life.
I echoed. Later, I stood in front of my favorite family photo, the one Aunt Margot loved most. I was lost in it when Chem joined me.
Everyone looks so happy.
She said.
We were.
I replied.
It took work to get everyone together, but it was worth it.
I go back to work tomorrow,
She said.
but maybe we can start working on the room you want to be ours after?
I nodded. She didn't push. Back in the guest room, I showed her the dresser.
You can take the left side for now. We'll move into the master when we're ready.
We'll get there.
She said softly. Time slipped by easily. I handled the small things, tea, trash, dishes, while she packed food away. I noticed lunches prepared for both of us, steaks thawing in the fridge. I smiled to myself.
I'll cook tomorrow.
I decided silently. Partnership went both ways.
Want to stop by your place and grab a few things?
I asked.
That would help.
She said. I helped carry everything, wanting to see her space. Her apartment was stunning, modern, elegant, intentional. It smelled like vanilla, patchouli, rose, and cedar. Her.
I love your style.
I said.
Maybe we can update the house a bit.
I'd love that.
She replied.
Whenever you're ready.
Back in the car, I asked.
Ready to go home?
She smiled.
Yeah, home.
I squeezed her hand. For the first time, I understood exactly what that word meant. I exhaled at peace.